The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
And good morning, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. Welcome to Open. It's the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. We've got a great show lined up for you today. Check it out. Coming up on today's show, we'll get a tasty demonstration of nutritious foods for you to enjoy. And plus, we'll sit down with a word and a world-renowned. We'll talk about all of that stuff. A world-renowned expert in science and technology working to create jobs and spread awareness. After that, we'll find out about a new Bronx business with the motto, Live to Ride. And finally, we'll take a good look at an event connecting our community through arts, music, and education. So stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way because we are now open. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. Catch me on each and every night right after the Quiet Storm with Lenny Green. Hey, you're watching Open, the one and only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and the New York City right straight to your TV set. We got a great show lined up for you today, but first, let's check in with our resident DJ Vince Bracey.
The diggity Dr. Bob Lee. How you doing today, sir?
Yes, yo. To the beat, show. How was your weekend?
It was cool. You know, did my wedding thing as usual.
You did?
Yeah,
I did one of those. How did yours go?
Mine was cool. I did one fun wedding with a couple that I got referred to from another couple I did last year, and also last night I did a karaoke wedding, which was very interesting.
That's how it works, word of mouth.
Interesting.
What was the bride and groom's name?
The bride and groom were, and this is where you get me, guys.
That's okay. We did one. What was my bride and groom's name?
Your bride and groom's name. I remember your bride and groom. It was Eric and Carolyn Barrett.
You were at my party?
Yeah. My bride and groom were Mr. and Mrs. Moore.
Lance and DJ Cool Clyde did that. They invited me to come down and be a part of that
wedding.
Yeah. But before that, I mean, it seems like we went all over the tri-state area. You know, we make appearances in the community. So we were in the Bronx. We were in New Jersey. We went to St. Albans, Queens, did a big family day for Danique Miller, who's the councilman out there. Then we came back over here, Jennings Street. Oh, they have a beautiful block in there.
It was jumping over there, huh?
Yeah, it's like a co-op, but they close off the block each year and they have a lot of fun and games and face painting for the kids. And it was sponsored by a lot of wonderful people, but they had a great time with the music and everything. It was great.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, and then Maestro's, the night.
Maestro's, that's one of my favorite places.
For that wedding. And then out to Paterson, New Jersey, and back home.
It was all over the place this weekend, bro.
Yeah. It was great. So a lot of things happening. Anybody celebrating birthdays today?
Yes,
I know there's a lot of people.
I have a few people celebrating birthdays. You said Ernest Hemingway is celebrating his birthday.
Well, he's not celebrating. He was born on this day.
Yes,
yeah.
Ernest Hemingway was born on this day. People I have Robin Williams, the actor, is 63 years old. Our Yankee CC Sabathia is 34 years old. Romeo Santos is 33 years old. Romeo. Damian Marley is 36, and actor John Lovitz is 57. So happy birthday to you guys.
Happy birthday to you and many more. That's the abbreviated edition of Happy Birthday. Vince Bracey got a lot in the background for us. Later tracks down?
Yes, sir.
All right. DJ Vince Bracey on the ones and twos. We got to take a quick break right here, but coming up, we'll make some great tasting, healthy foods for you to enjoy. Stay tuned.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles.
Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school,
Good.
and that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
I love being in classrooms like this one and learning new things. But I'm a Brooklyn girl, and I know school can be hard. It's demanding, and we kids have many distractions, lots of other things we could be doing. Sometimes even your friends may tell you that school isn't cool, that it isn't the place to be. Don't listen to them. There's nothing more important than education. It's the key to everything else. It helps us understand our world and be better people, better friends, and better citizens. So stay in school, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough or smart enough. Be a star, shine brighter than anyone else, and you'll make the grade.
This has been a public service announcement of the Make the Grade Foundation. Go to makethegrade.org to learn more. There you go. Everybody's clapping like this. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We have the premier, beautiful young lady. She's always here with us, and she always has some great information for us, too. First guest is a registered dietitian and open nutrition consultant, Fiorella DeCarlo. Give her another big round of applause. And she joins us today to show us some healthy foods that taste great, too. Usually healthy foods, especially when you go for supplements and everything, they don't make them for taste. And we eat for taste. They make them for more nutrition than the palate.
Absolutely, and I have created this video series called Meals for One on my Fiorella Eats blog. And what I decided to do is to create meals in which they are nutritionally balanced and also really, really tasty. So one of the reasons why people tend to not eat healthily is because of their connotation with really bland foods.
Yeah.
You know, they're thinking very bland chicken breast and steamed vegetables, and that's what they have to eat.
Yeah.
And that's just not pleasant. I mean, I personally never eat a chicken breast. I just cannot eat it.
But there's a better way to kick it up a notch. We started throwing a bunch of salt and pepper and seasoning and everything on it.
And very simple too as well. So the first thing, I brought a number of different chutneys, salsas, and compotes here today, okay? And so it is not as complicated as you think. Each of them has about 4 or 5 very, very fresh ingredients that you can very easily make at home. So the first step, the first thing to do is to go out into whatever season you plan on doing it. We're in the summer now. And so you want to go get your seasonal fruit, because the seasonal fruit not only is the cheapest, but it's also the most nutrient dense, right?
Yeah.
Because it's coming out of the soil at the time of the year that it's meant to come out.
It doesn't have to be local?
It doesn't have to be local, but it'd be great to be local so you can just support your local farmers, right? Because that helps too for sustainability and so forth.
That's right.
So I chose today, I have avocado, mango, strawberries, and peaches. So now what you want to do, instead of just thinking about chopping up your fruit, okay, I want you to think a little bit outside the box. And here in the Bronx, we love to grill, right? We grill. We're always grilling, right? Whenever we have a chance outside with our little grills.
I love it.
So what you want to do is get your fruit and throw it on the grill as well, right?
Whoa,
Grill your fruit. It's delicious. I, as a matter of fact, here have a grilled peach. Okay, this is a chutney.
Wow.
And what we've done here has some tomato in it, but it also has the grilled peaches chopped up and put in there, so it kind of gives it a smoky flavor
Looks
overall.
like a preserve.
Yes, and while it is a little sweet, it also lends to a savory taste. And what I've done here is I've put some sunflower seeds as well in there for some crunch. Now this can be used as an accompaniment to something else. For example, any protein that you choose to have. If you're grilling or poaching or sauteing any sort of fish or chicken, this would accompany it, right? You can put it on it.
So you don't have to go to the barbecue and just have the ribs and chicken and everything just grilled up.
You could really utilize.
You can eat healthy at a barbecue.
Yes, you can you put all the
A lot of people don't
vegetables
know
on the
that.
grill.
I mean, you know.
Yes, some of the best flavor enhancers are at the grill, and you can do that with your vegetables and your fruit. People just think meat, but you can do that as well. You can actually grill a lemon. That's rather tasty too, and then squeeze it onto your salad as well. So another one I have here.
I'm salivating now.
Yep. Well, this right here, this is my strawberry, feta, and mint chutney here. Okay, so I got some really juicy strawberries. Right, they're full of antioxidants, beta carotene, vitamin C, and I added kind of a salty with this sweet, which is the feta cheese. You can add any cheese you want, and you can actually, you know what? Let me give it to you here. I have a little bit for you
just showing
there.
It.
Yeah. Here we are.
Okay.
Right, and so what we're going to do is just chop up some fresh basil and put it in to increase the aromatic flavor of the freshness of that particular combination. And what you can do this too, and if you don't want to use strawberries, this works really well with watermelon as well. Can you imagine the feta, the watermelon, and the mint? It's really tasty.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, of course you can. Here we are. That there. It's a little avocado boat that it's in.
I like avocado.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's really good, and it's full. And then what you want is some of the fat from the avocado and the fat from the cheese to allow you to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins that are in the strawberries. So the more fat you put with the fruit, in terms of olive oil or avocado, it actually allows you to absorb the vitamins in those products.
And what vitamins are in here?
So what we have here is you have a lot of omega-3s, you have potassium, magnesium, you have beta carotene, vitamin A, vitamin C. I mean, this is chock full, right?
Makes you want to take off your jacket.
It's really, it's really good. Yeah, it's just really like very, very flavorful. And so now the next I have here, and this one this has been influenced from a Hawaiian recipe that I used to like a tuna poke. This is the influence for this. And this is an avocado with mango and roasted macadamia nuts that have been slightly salted. Put nuts in everything, sprinkle them everywhere. Not only do they add flavor, crunch, roast them a little before, the flavors are amazing. It really enhances the texture.
And if you're a little nuts like me, it just enhances everything.
Me too. It's better to be nuts than not. That's what I've learned about. So, and here is the other, if you want to give this a try, this is also the mango avocado with the macadamia.
Can I leave a little bit of this in there too?
Yeah, mix it all up. It doesn't matter.
Put some of this, mix it with this.
And this, you could use all of these to accompany your chicken, your fish, your meat. You can put it on the side. You can put it on top of it to enhance the flavor. So in case you are having the chicken breast, it can be much more flavorful and delicious. And very simply, you can grab the strawberry chutney here and you can put it over a salad. You could use it to enhance your salad. So there are many uses here for these types of things here. And so what you want to do also, I have here some yogurt, and by the way, you can accompany yogurt here with any one of these, right? This is how versatile it is, and you can easily make that a snack for you in the afternoon.
What about calories?
In
either of these
well,
things?
I'll tell you something. When it comes to fruit and vegetables, honestly, the last thing you want to worry about is calories. I mean, really, if you're cutting back somewhere, you really has to go into another area of your food.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables, you really have to think of it as a
calorie
free-for-all.
counters, don't worry about it?
Oh, not at all. I mean, if you're diabetic and you need to watch your sugar intake, of course, you would want to monitor that in the intake as well. But I would say that really, when it comes to this, and plus the majority of what these products are made of is fiber. Right? So if, for example, a mango happens to be 100 calories per cup, let's say, only 65% of that is the sugar and the rest of it is fiber, which you excrete anyway. So it's not like you're really taking in 100 calories.
So should I eat this during the day and stay around and before I go out at night? Or?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, you probably might want to do that. Yeah, no, you're pretty safe here. You just want to watch
It'll let you know.
Right, yeah, exactly. Just let you know. Be careful. Give yourself some time. And here we have some yogurt, and here's that smoked peach chutney with some sunflower seeds as well. And this gives it more of a savory taste. And what I want to say here too is that with the yogurts and dairy, I get a lot of questions about that in terms of is it good or not.
This is the Greek yogurt, right?
Yes, definitely Greek. And it's just much creamier and it just tastes better. But what I tell people to do is to eat foods in their natural state, right? So yogurt is meant to eat as yogurt, not as cheesecake, right? So all of the flavored yogurts, and they take out the fat, but they add the sugar and they turn the yogurt into key lime pie. Well, I'm saying just eat the key lime pie, leave the yogurt for the yogurt. You're altering the palate for people, right? So then everything that they want has to be a dessert. It's yogurt. Appreciate the taste of the yogurt.
There you go. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. This is wonderful.
Woo!
Our girl, Fiorella DeCarla, registered dietitian. Where can we get more information on what you're doing? Can we see this somewhere? Well, we can pull this up again because we're going to show this again around 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock at night, and then overnight.
Yeah, you know,
you can have a website.
Yes, FiorellaEats.com, and you can find all of my videos and my Meals for One videos and recipes, the fad-free diet recipes. So that's great. Thank you. Wait. Do this thing. He never follows
Give her another big
orders. He never listens to me.
Okay, I'm listening. What do you want me to do?
Okay, no, that's okay. Here. Okay, go. Yeah, there we go.
That's the food. Thank you so much. We love you when you come by and share all this wonderful information with us. All right, we're going to take a quick break right here, but coming up, we'll find out about how one expert is making America stronger through science and technology. But first, let's take a good look at the Latin Trends pop-up performance. It's a pop-up performance art show.
Wow.
Check it out.
We're here today for the Mezcla pop-up performances and art show located in La Nacional exhibit.
Today, 8for8's partner with Latin Trends to celebrate exceptional Latinos that have been helping out in the community. There'll be some people singing. There's a ballerina dancing around. Free sangria and rum are being served, and art is being sold.
We are the largest HIV medication redistribution program in the world. We realized that people needed more than medicine, people needed hope, people needed to find a dream, people needed to find the north, something to fight for. And that's what we do at 8for8.
So far they've already given out $100 million worth of medicine, mostly in Latin American countries. We feel it's a great cause, and I'm very happy that Latin Trends is a part of this organization and this event.
Muchas gracias, saludo, thank you very much. I'm actually very honored to be here. 8for8 is an amazing organization.
I dedicate this award to my mother and to my two beautiful daughters who taught me and teach me the gift of giving every day.
It's so important to give back, and I'm just very happy to be here. Thank you very much for honoring me.
Events like this make you pause and think where you've come from and all the work that you've done, and hopefully we're making a difference.
Mezcla is our warm-up for the summer towards our gala in, I believe, in September.
Well, this is a great cause, and I'm more than happy to support this initiative. You guys have done an amazing job in here.
I really like all the support that's going on right now, because this is really a big factor.
There's so many negative things happening around the world right now. So we just decided to go the opposite way. We believe in people, and people believe in themselves. And I hope we can send a message to everybody.
Many came out to watch the incredible performances, but most importantly, they came to support AIDS awareness around the world. For Latin Trends, this is Isa Marie Rivera.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WVLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. Our next guest is a world-renowned expert in science and technology and joins us today to share how he is using his skills to make America stronger. And we welcome Professor Wilbert Quincy Murdoch to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Bob Lee.
I see we have
Pleasure.
something very interesting on this table. We just had a Make the Grade golf outing, and everybody had their own personal clubs from different brands and everything.
Sure.
And we all had a great time. What do we have here?
Well,
Right here we have a computerized golf club. It's decades in the making in terms of the technology, but not only will it improve your golf game at your home, but you can play against an opponent anywhere in the world.
Get out of here, really?
Absolutely. So we're using the cloud as the medium of communication.
Oh, wonderful.
And since you're a communications expert, you can understand how two people come together and form a nice network.
So you can play all over the world without moving in the comfort of your own home.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is a revolution. This is something that's really, really important, and it's going to create hundreds of jobs in New York City, and unlike any other technology. In fact, we're not just talking about technology, we're talking about the creation of a new industry.
That's fantastic. Before we get deeper into this, what we have on the table, the club, give us a little bit of the background on your science and technology background.
Sure. I've been involved in science and technology for the last 40 plus years. I was fortunate enough to start out as a kid, 16 years old, actually 13, but I was able
Right here in New York?
Right here in New York City. I was able to go to college at 16 years old. And, you know, college was like my school. It was like, you know, the place that I can learn and play at the same time. And I've always been a sports enthusiast, athlete, and still am to a certain degree. You know, you get older with time, you know. But I wanted to converge medicine and science and engineering together and create new innovations. But I've always had a big heart towards the community. And I wanted to educate the community. And as such, you know, I wanted to not only create world-class technologies and make it here in New York City if possible, but I also wanted to give back to the community by educating them in science and technology. So hence the launching of a new show on BronxNet called Science and Technology Made Easy.
Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Let him hear you, let him feel you. Yes, that's fantastic. And you've been doing this for a little while. What borough did you start in?
I was actually born in Manhattan, Lower East Side. Grew up in the Baruch houses. You know, my mom and dad, Kareem and Rosa, you know, they raised 3 sons to be scientists and engineers. And, you know, I migrated to the Upper West Side, and then I ended up in the Bronx, and I stayed here because my parents were getting older, and they were, you know, they were developing certain illnesses, and I just wanted to be there for them because they were, you know, the best parents in the world, like many people will say.
You being in science and technology and medicine, you probably figure out how to create some things that will create some longevity in our lives.
Absolutely. And, you know, my younger brother is a neuroscientist, so together, you know, we, you know, kind of push our parents towards a stable health path. And, you know, I'm just excited that, you know, in today's world, we have so many young people that want to be scientists and engineers and mathematicians, but they need some guidance. And the show that I'm about to launch is going to be for them so that I can mentor them. But we can't forget our seniors, because our seniors, you know, they they've moved away from technology, and many don't know how to embrace it. So now we have to kind of bring them into the picture too, because they're so important.
Yeah, you see seniors picking up iPads now, here and there, and using those iPhones or smartphones.
Absolutely.
They're starting to get into it.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Back in the day, oh no, they pull out an old-fashioned flip phone and they just want to talk on. That's it. I don't want to text or anything else. But tell us how science and technology is so important in our society today.
Well, if you look around us in the world at large, everything is a science, from our human bodies to the table that we're sitting at to the clothing that we wear. So we have to learn about the phenomena around us and understand it. And that's where technology comes in at. Technology is the actual implementation of something that you can touch and feel and experience through the science. So science and technology is like husband and wife. They go hand in hand.
Yeah. Like a hand in glove.
A hand in glove, absolutely.
Beautiful. So how do you engage people of all ages? Because you see a lot of young people. I see 2-year-olds walking around with iPads.
Absolutely, absolutely. It says a lot about our society and our great country that we see so much technology, but the caveat is that certain segments of society, particularly people of color, we're behind the curve in terms of being where the technology is actually happening and experiencing it. So my job as a host of this show is to say, okay, you are not only important, but in order for America to stay strong, we got to get Hispanics and African American students on the ball in terms of saying, well, you are the most important part of the science and technology equation, because without you getting involved on a high level, our country will be second rate, and we all as Americans love to be winners. So we want to always maintain that top tier in the technology world.
And you know, Obama and his administration, everybody, they support science and math, and I think you're right in line with that. And I think there's a lot of grants out there for that.
Absolutely.
Also. So we need people to get more involved. How do we get communities more involved in science and technology?
Well, we have to use the community resources, whether they are the churches, the synagogues, the mosques, community centers, the senior centers. Those are going to be like our ground zero points of contact, where different types of technologies can be taught. As soon as you say technology, the first thing that people think about is computers. No. That's a small microcosm
You're right.
of
You're absolutely right.
technology. So you have to get to know the technology from A to B to C, so that you're very well rounded, so that if somebody talks about a microprocessor, you'll know what you're talking about. You'll know how it interacts with other devices. If you're talking about sensors, you know what they do and how they work, so forth and so on.
Nanotechnology?
Nanotechnology. I have one of my partners, he's studying for his PhD in nanotechnology, Professor Williams. So I'm like a kid in a candy store. Everything excites me. The science excites me. The technologies excite me. And I'm like, I see so many kids excited. Now they need to have some real expert guidance, and I am going to be that guy.
Yeah. So where do we go from here? We see the technology. People think it's just computers and all that. Where do we go maybe from five years from now? How does it look?
And that's the beauty of traveling. When I went over to Taiwan, my host took me into a room, and in the room there was a small flat screen monitor. It was actually several. And he showed it to me, and I was more interested in making my technology through him at that time, but he was showing me the future. So in traveling the world, each country is an expert in a particular niche technology. We all wonder why the Germans won the World Cup. They are experts in technology.
Ooh.
You know,
so technology played a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Of them winning the World Cup.
Absolutely. And we don't really look at that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth, because think of it. You got a lot of physical players.
Yeah.
Very smart, very well read in soccer, but look who rose to the top. Even the Americans went further than we all believe they could, and believe it or not, I suspect technology played a part. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we got a few more minutes. We have this wonderful thing. Let's get back to this this club here that you have. This is a putter, right?
Yes, this is a computerized putter prototype. You see the wire, but the actual version is going to be wireless. But the beautiful part about this technology, you see other people sticking what they call accelerometers or sensors into an object like this. But we have a force sensing resistor, which actually gives you more information. So not only can you see where the club is turning when you're swinging it, but you can see the impact, whether it's a soft impact, hard impact, which actually trains your brain to play better automatically. And that's the beauty of our science, is that we wanted to not only create a new technology, but a science and technology that's totally new. And that's what I want our young kids to concentrate on, being tomorrow's great scientists and engineers, and not just replicating what already exists in the marketplace, but creating new fields and new industries. This is something that will make our country stronger, and we all want to be able to participate in this high-tech revolution. It's our basic bread.
All right, how do you plan to use this technology to bring the jobs to urban areas?
Well, in August, we're planning on launching a social media campaign to raise money through donations. And if we are able to raise enough money, this technology could be made right here in New York City. And the caveat is that other states have offered us X amount of dollars to relocate there. But I'm born and raised in New York City.
You want to do it here in the Bronx,
right? Let's do it right here in the Bronx.
Yeah,
Why not?
Right here in New York City.
A lot of smart people, a lot of educated people. We take the youth, by their hand and show them how to do it.
Did you reach out to the borough president, Ruben Diaz Jr.?
Yes, I did. I'm still waiting to get some feedback from him and other politicians. But, you know, we still want to move forward. And I think that this is an exciting time for us because this is like decades in the making.
Beautiful. You're doing a wonderful thing. Where can we get more information on what you're doing?
I can be contacted through Twitter at Professor Q2, and that's at Professor Q2, or my email address is profwilbertqmurdoch@gmail.
Beautiful. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Professor Wilbert Quincy Murdoch, world-renowned expert in science and technology. Here with us today. You're going to come back and share more, right?
Absolutely.
And make sure you make me one of those prototypes so I can get out there and better my game.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break, but coming up, we'll find out about an exciting new Bronx business. Stay right there.
Hello, I'm Dante Lemon from Open 2.0 on BronxNet, the show by teens, for teens, and about teens. Catch us every Friday at 4:30 and anytime on the web by going to www.bronxnet.org.
So you heard of the Chewbacca fish?
Yeah.
Chupa who? Well, you heard of the Chewbacca fish, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And just so the people at home know, describe it real quick for us.
Describe what?
A fish that flies out of the water, like almost like a rocket. It goes like 12 feet in the air, and then what happens is it comes back down before it hits the water. It like flies into people's neck and like starts biting you in the neck and in the face.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If it's out there, I'm gonna catch it on camera because I've been out here with my camera for years.
You know how the Chewbacca fish works? What happens is it shoots it like rockets out of the water, like 5 feet in the air, and then as it jumps, and then what happens, like 5 feet in the air, comes down, and right before it hits the water, like it does a one of these moves and flies into your neck and starts like biting you and stuff.
Nah, they don't have the fish like that out here, do they?
Yeah, it's the Chewbacca fish. That's what
they have it out here in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then what happens is right before it comes and hits the water.
Yeah, he tried to hit somebody.
Exactly.
Llegaron los caballos. ¡Huépame! Mira, yo te vi con ese teléfono. ¡Suelta el teléfono!
Maybe he's really focused.
Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
Our next guest is the owner of Boogie Down Bicycles, like Boogie Down Productions. And he joins us today to share more about this new business servicing the Bronx and the surrounding communities. We welcome Pete Padilla. Can I say Padilla?
Yes.
All right. Welcome you to the studio. All right.
How are you?
We got to get over there and see what you're working with, all the bikes and all that stuff that you put together. But tell us about how did you decide to open up Boogie Down Bicycles?
Well, I've been, I'm a mechanic for 35 years. I
Working
started
on
at
bikes,
13, yeah.
Yeah.
So I opened up 2 stores for other people in Brooklyn. So I said, let me just do it myself.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I was working at a bike shop, and we pulled the bikes out of the parts out of the box, and we pulled them together
put them
and
all
built
together.
them. Sometimes they want extra parts, like a different sprocket or whatever. We put that on there and change the ball bearings and then the wheel and all that crazy stuff. We got really deeply involved, and you do all of that.
Everything.
Yeah. So
Pretty
you can
much
build
everything.
a bike from scratch, from the bottom to the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely. Wheels, everything.
So your experience is like, you started out as the mechanic, and you said, you know what, let me open up my own business.
Yeah. I had to. I mean, if you could do it for someone else, why not do it for yourself?
So you provide a number of services. You do rentals and everything in there?
Not yet. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. But I do want to hold some classes, like some seminars, flat fix classes, and safety courses for the kids, and helmets.
Yeah, you said flat fix classes?
Yeah.
How does that go? Tell me about it.
If you catch a flat, well, you remove the
okay.
tire and patch the
I thought that
inner
meant
tube
just
or
the
change
basics
the
of
inner tube.
building bikes. Yeah. But
So I want to do things like that.
Yeah, a
Hopefully
lot
in
of
the
people-
winter and spring.
Yeah, you see a
next
lot of
year.
people walking all the way home with their bikes
Yeah.
because it has a flat.
Exactly.
So if you're like, you live in the Bronx and you get a flat way downtown Manhattan,
Yeah,
what do you do?
Pretty much do it yourself.
What do you need?
What do you need? Well, you need some tie levers, patches, and an air pump.
Do you sand it down? They still sand it down?
Yeah,
sand
you
down
still
the
can
area?
do that, yeah.
Yeah.
It comes
Yeah.
with it in the kit.
And you put that rubber cement on and then the
That's
patch?
it. Let it dry a bit, put it on there, and
Yeah.
you're ready to go.
Or go tubeless?
They don't use that anymore.
They don't use it
really.
anymore?
Not,
Oh, wow.
Not even like the pro cyclists use that.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. I'm outdated.
Yeah. Because the
I remember
technology changed so much in the tires.
Yeah.
Where you could put like almost 200 and change of PSI in there.
Yeah, wow.
That's going to be just as durable as a tubular.
Yeah.
From the old days.
I remember back in the day, these people used to have these tubeless. I never used them when I was
Yeah.
riding and doing bikes. But
Yeah, I
know
never used
people-
them either.
Yeah.
But I knew people who used to use them.
They take the whole tube.
It's
and
a
put it
better
on the rim.
ride.
It's a tire, yeah.
It's a better ride.
Hmm. So you have 2 locations?
Just one. My first location now.
Excuse me.
I plan to open up some more in the future.
Mhm.
In the Bronx also.
Oh, wow. So do you take classes to learn how to do business?
No, just pretty much
Just
winging
being
it
in
right now. Yeah.
yeah. Being in it and knowing how
That's
other
it,
people
yeah.
ran their business.
I mean, I've been doing it for so long,
Uh-huh.
so, you know.
So
My
you-
wife takes care of the business aspect of it.
Oh, so she's in the shop too.
She does
Get
the
the whole
bills
family
and
involved.
all that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My daughters help out.
What kind of bikes do you have there?
Pretty much everything from little kids' bikes, 12-inch bikes, up to road bikes, mountain bikes.
Because Vince was looking for a bike, but he
Single
wants
speed.
He wants one of the big 3-speed 3-wheelers.
The-
You know, the big. You have those in there?
I can get it for him.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
you
a
ever see
problem.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wants one with 2 seats.
With 2
A
seats?
2-seater 3-wheeler with 3.
I can get that. It's not a problem.
3-speed.
It's not a problem.
But with the capabilities of bumping it up to 5-speed. With the handlebars that come up with the little things, the streamers.
Like a chopper?
Yeah. They still have those? With the banana seat. Ah. Yeah. So that's great. You started this, and how many years have you been doing it now?
35.
Whoa. So you
Yeah,
were
I started
repairing.
working in a bike shop at 13.
Yeah.
And I was already a head mechanic at 13 years old because
Uh-huh.
everything just came so natural to me.
But you opened up a few weeks ago. You at your own shop.
Almost 2 months now.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So where do you want to take it? How does it look for you 5, 10 years down the line?
I think it's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
Because people are, they're accepting me in the neighborhood. There's a lot of kids in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
And the adults too.
How do-
They appreciate having a bike shop in their neighborhood.
Yeah. So do you see yourself with a bigger shop, doing more business, doing maybe adding rentals and all of that? How do you see it maybe
Yeah.
5 years from now?
Well, I mean, the way I set up the store now,
Mm-hmm.
I can change it because it's a duplex, so I can move things around and expand it.
Oh.
So I
upstairs
really
you
don't
keep the
even have
bikes
to
and the
move.
parts? Yeah.
I don't have to move to a different location if
Yeah.
I want to expand and make it bigger. I can just stay in this one place.
What are you next to? You next to some of the big parks over there?
The Oval Park, Van Cortlandt Park,
Yeah. Okay, so you can,
Bronx River. So I have 3 parks that are right in the area.
yeah,
that
so
are
you come there,
close.
buy your bike, and you can be riding the same day.
Yeah, there's a lot of bicycle lanes, growing in the Bronx.
Yeah.
You can go to Pelham Parkway on the Grand Concourse. There's bicycle lanes.
Yeah. You
So-
take the credit cards and everything? All the credit
Yeah.
cards?
Credit, debit, cash.
Yeah, there you go.
Cash
All
is
right,
king.
you're in business. And what advice do you have for potential business owners who want to open up their own business and maybe do like what you're doing?
Be patient. It takes a lot of time to get established, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work.
But you love it. You've been in it. And
Yeah.
This is your life. You're passionate about it.
This is all I've been doing. This is all I know.
So work becomes a little easier if you're passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, but
And when you get busy,
you enjoy it.
you get happier. You see more people coming in. You're making more money.
Well, you look at that bank account and say,
Yeah,
here we
it
go.
helps.
We're in it now.
It definitely helps.
All right, so where you located? Tell everybody where you are. What's the address?
I'm on 337 East Gun Hill Road,
Uh-huh.
between Decatur and Hull Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
here in the Bronx.
And you have a website already?
I'm on Facebook. It's on boogiedownbicycles@gmail.com.
And you're building a website where you can see the bikes and all that stuff and all the specs.
If you go on
and everything.
Facebook, you can see I have stuff on there.
Everything is right there.
The whole store is in there.
What's the name of the Facebook again?
It's on boogiedownbicycles@gmail.
All right. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Boogie Down Bicycles, Gmail. All right. Thank you so much, Pete Padilla.
You're
in
welcome.
the house.
Thank you for
All right,
having
we
me.
got to take a quick break right here, but coming up, we'll get a preview of a vibrant festival. You don't want to miss this. But first, let's take a good look at the language. The language is identity art exhibit. Check this out.
A photo can speak many words. Today at the Bronx Art Center, we learn how one picture can have its own identity through the language of its creator.
So the topic of the show is language as identity. So the purpose of this show is to explore that topic within the Latino community and how language becomes part of who we are and what we become as we interact with this new culture.
We are hoping to help some of the youth in the neighborhood have a sense of what they could know about, what they could see, or that they could understand art.
My piece is called Al Pie de la Letra. So my piece is basically showing the process when you move to another country. It's kind of showing how the process is very difficult to go through.
When you find somebody that probably was born here in the United States, however, they still have some sort of their traditions, they still keep up with their traditions, with the cultures of their parents or their family. I encounter, I have an accent, a very heavy accent myself, so I encounter that a lot.
You have different experiences from different people here. There's people from Colombia, Ecuador, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I think events like this is very important.
With or without an accent, whatever language you may speak, art has a way of bringing all cultures together for everyone to enjoy. For BronxNet, I'm Veronica Guiti.
Free massages, healthy smoothies, and information on holistic ways to live are all available right here at the Sankofa Cafe at 174th Street and Boston Road. Products for healthy living were on display right here outside the Sankofa Cafe on 174th Street in West Farms. That's where holistic and vegan experts hosted the first ever Bronx Vegetarian Natural Living and Summer Spirit Festival. That was outside. Inside, newcomer to holistic living Stephanie Davis was being treated to her very first massage by Michael Jordan. Not that one. This massage professional, however, does use the name Magic, much like the legendary ball player, but his magic is in restoring healthy function to arms, back, and neck.
The person just feel light and different. They just feel revitalized after a basic touch and alignment.
And the results?
I would recommend this actually, especially to my mom because she's always working late hours during the day, wake up really early, lack of sleep, so I definitely recommend it to her.
The cafe includes a bookstore on one end and on the other a health bar where you find fresh fruit in bowls ready to be transformed into one of these. Wow, very good. Very good. All this was the dream and vision of co-owner of the Sankofa Cafe, Kevin Bean, who says Bronxites have too few options when it comes to places to purchase healthy products.
When I drive on 3rd Avenue, once I come up in Manhattan between 42nd and 86, I see a smoothie shop and a salad bar on every block, even 59th Street around Bloomingdale. But in the Bronx, we do have about 3 great vegetarian restaurants over here. So we wanted to bring the vegetarians in to give the community a taste of it.
Also inside, Dee Savoy, seen here, is leading a relaxation session where participants get to feel what it's like to go back to what life was like in the womb.
Basically, a shamanic journey that we just did. And the reason why I use the drum is because the drum is reminiscent of the heartbeat of the mom in the womb. So we are kind of programmed when we're born to be able to travel and journey on a drum beat that is, a steady drum beat.
A vegan chef once diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, Dennis Sheehan, owner of www.dietiestogo, is standing next to his own vegan eggplant lasagna. It's his way of sharing the food that placed him back on a healthy course.
I'm a type 2 diabetic chef. I had a heart attack and I was diagnosed with type 2 in 2007. I'm a chef by trade, graduated CIA, and after going through a pity party for myself, I just decided I'm a chef, cook right. So I took my favorite foods, made little twists on them, healthy twists.
Organizer Abina Anam, a holistic resource facilitator, says she'll be organizing up to 6 more all-day festivals in the coming months.
People aren't aware that there are holistic practitioners in the Bronx. There's alternative healers in the Bronx. Everyone thinks they have to go to Brooklyn, they have to go to Manhattan, but there are healers here, there are health food restaurants here, there are vegetarian chefs in the Bronx, so we don't need to, leave the mainland and go to other islands.
This is all about learning a new way to stay healthy while having fun and maybe even meeting a few new friends along the way. At the Sankofa Cafe, this is Arlene Makoko for BronxNet.
Welcome back, everybody. August 1st and 2nd, August 1st and 2nd, we got 2 wonderful days for you. Cultural Collaborative Jamaica will host their annual Jamaica Arts and Music Summer Festival. And joining us to share more is Executive Director Tyra Emerson. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Now we've been to Jamaica jams many times before, and you always have some wonderful things happening there. Talk about all the great things. I mean, besides the music and the stage and all that stuff.
Well, we have specialty blocks as well, so we make sure that we have something for everybody. So there's a car show for the guys, but I got surprised and found out that the girls know a lot about cars as well as the guys. And we have a kids block, and rides are there. Almost everything on that kids block is free because the planning committee said that's so important for our give back is to make sure when the parents come that all the rides and everything that we give out is free on that day. And we have a main stage, we have a health and wellness block, a sports block, so it's very interactive as well.
So one can come there and get their fingers pricked and they can find out about their cholesterol, their blood sugar level, all of that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Healthcare providers are there. Jamaica Hospital, Emblem Health, they're there, they're ready to give mammograms, blood pressure.
So you don't have to go to your doctor to get all that stuff checked that day. You can do it right there.
Now, they find a problem, they will refer you to your doctor or send you, I guess, straight to Jamaica Hospital.
Seen that happen,
so that's been good. A couple of times that has happened where they said, we think your count is too high, and they did send someone to the hospital then, so that's great.
Yeah, that's good. Find it right on the spot and send them, because people don't want to go to the doctors all the time. Sometimes they think they don't have enough time, but they're at a festival like yours, Jamaica Jams, and they happen to stop by one of the areas where they can get a quick test going on, no line, no wait in most cases. They can sit down, get that examined. If they find something's wrong, they can, get it addressed right there on the spot.
And some diseases you don't know about. Some people
of them creep up on you.
Right. You don't know you have it, so
that's a wonderful area there. So you have that, then you have your main stages. Now, it's on Jamaica Avenue from what street to what street?
It is on 10 blocks of Jamaica Avenue, and it's from Parsons Boulevard to 170th Street. So we added a block.
That's up past Wertheimer's up that way?
Yes, it's. I'm going to date myself. I'm going to say, remember where Mays and Valetti Bikes?
Was it Gertz and Mays?
Yeah, it's way down there.
I understand.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's how many blocks?
10 blocks.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful.
10 blocks. Yeah. So we're very excited about that.
And this is August 1st and 2nd.
August 1st and 2nd. On August 1st, we're actually in Kings Park. And Kings Park is a kickoff concert to the festival, so everybody can just sit down or get up and dance if you like.
There you go.
And it's just a little more laid back on Friday night. And
so it's gonna be jazz, R&B, and funk.
Jazz, R&B, all genres. We like to use a lot of the emerging artists, so there's a lot of really great talent around here. We've also, in that commitment, we, say an artist says, I'm having something in Manhattan or somewhere, come hear us. We've actually gone to hear some of the artists that we book. So they've been excited about that as well.
There you go.
So we have fun with it.
Beautiful. So that takes place at 6 o'clock Friday night, right? Is it Friday?
6 o'clock on Friday, and we end at 10.
Okay, so then you go home, get a little bit of rest, and prepare for Saturday morning.
We try to sleep. We try. And then we get up early, about 6 o'clock. We start constructing that 10 blocks of Jamaica Avenue into something user-friendly for families and, for people to come and have a good time.
Yeah, and inside of the 10 blocks, you got the three stages? You got one on both ends, right? One in the middle somewhere?
Well, there's one in the middle, but we do have entertainment in the kids block because we invite a lot of the youth groups to come and do demonstrations or dance groups and so forth. So we do that on the kids block.
And so that's one. It's like a kids pavilion where kids can come and enjoy themselves. But parents, make sure you're with them every step of the way. Don't send the kids by themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this year we also have NYPD there. They're always there, but they have their own block in which they will fingerprint kids and just do different things that'll make the parents feel better if anything, happens to their child.
Right.
So we're happy about that. But I do have to say the NYPD has been on the planning committee, and we have Community Board 12, the YMCA. So it's like a joint effort. It's not, the collaborative is there, but there's a lot of other people helping to make that happen as well.
Yeah, and it's like a big festival, a big carnival. People come from all over the place. Not only the 5 boroughs, but they come from the tri-state area.
They sure
and
do.
In some cases, you catch people from South Carolina, from out of town. They come in from Atlanta,
they
from all over the place. They hear about it.
We had some buses come, like we had a bus come from Virginia, and we had a bus come from, one time from Canada, but not just Jams, but they were visiting the entire New York area, but Jams was on their agenda, we were happy about that.
That's wonderful. What can people expect when they come to Jams?
It's a feel-good festival. It's a festival that shows community. You see a lot of the people. You'll see about 450 vendors. Lots of food if you like to eat. It's different kinds of food. So you know that you've been an announcer and a host a couple of times yourself.
Make sure you come hungry. Come hungry because there's a lot of food there to eat. We have different activities. There's a rock climbing wall. There's this year we're going to have the Hispanic Television Network will be there, and they'll do a taping just for pre-K. So we're addressing pre-K as well. So we'll have from little kids all the way up to seniors. Something for everybody. How did you come up with the name Cultural Collaborative Jamaica, and what does it mean?
I actually inherited it. Someone had already named it. Someone had already named it. And the CCJ just came after that because it's sort of like a tongue twister. So people start saying, okay, CCJ. So, so we're happy about that. But it is a collaborative of arts and business groups that link the arts to economic development in Southeast Queens. And so we started to promote the downtown Jamaica, but we found that there was other parts of Jamaica that was interested in what we were doing as well.
That's right. And
so
you've been
we
doing it for a
spread
while.
out.
But how important is the work that you do in the community?
Very important. We have workshops as well as programs, and we let the community and other people know that Jamaica has changed. It's a great place to come, live, work, and shop. We also talk about the economic development, and there's a lot of stores, high-end stores, not your usual stores, so it has changed a lot. The Jamaica Multiplex is there. There's a new performing arts center there, so we want people to come back to Jamaica. The other thing that we do is we support the emerging artists and small businesses. And so when they come to us, they come and ask us all sorts of questions. Should they be a 501 or not? How do they go about that? How do they get grants? That so forth. So we do all of that.
You have all of that
well.
information in your office.
Yes, we are definitely
so you work
a resource.
You have programs all year round.
We have programs all year round. We also mentor teens. From high school, we show them how to do a program, what happens to handle artists as well, and they just enjoy it, and they end it with doing jams. So so
Beautiful.
they have a good time.
It's like a celebration. This is what we give you at the end of the year. We're going to bring everybody together under one area. Wonderful. What are the goals of the jams? How do we want this to look? Maybe a few years down the line.
Well, we want it to celebrate the borough of Queens, but it just happens to happen in Jamaica, in Southeast Queens. And we want all of the organizations as well as services and performers to get a chance to showcase what they have.
It seems like it's a nationwide thing now, right there in Jamaica, Queens. All the 5 boroughs are involved, including the Bronx.
Yes.
Brooklyn, Staten Island comes, and like you said, you got people coming from upstate.
They're coming
Canada,
from other places, so we're happy.
From down south.
Yes.
So that's wonderful. Give us some information on where we can get more information on what you're doing.
Okay. Well, you can go to our website. Is go2ccj.org, and you can also go. We're on Facebook as well. You can go to Cultural Collaborative Jamaica or Jamaica Jams.
There you go. 18 years of success, huh?
18 years, no incidents. And
beautiful.
We're very happy about that. We're proud to say that.
Thank you so much. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Tyra Emerson, Executive Director, Cultural Collaborative Jamaica. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank our guests, and for you joining us, our beautiful viewer, thank you so much. We thank you. If you missed any part of today's show, you can tune into the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org, or you can catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with Darren Jaime. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'll catch you on WBLS tonight at 12 on 107.5 WBLS. Love you all. Mwah. Peace.